I want to ask you something, a question that really gets to the heart of who we are as people. It's about a choice we all make, probably without even thinking about it, but it's a choice that has literally shaped our entire world. So think about it for a second. Why is it that we instinctively care more about our kids' future than our parents' past? It might feel a little weird to admit, but you know it's true. And the reason for this is, well, it's absolutely profound. And look, this isn't about being selfish or a bad person. Not at all. This is the very engine that drives human progress. This constant forward-looking instinct is exactly why we're not still living in caves. It's a legacy, a kind of unspoken promise passed down through an unbroken chain of generations.
So what do we call this powerful, fundamental drive? Let's just call it the unbroken chain. It's pretty much the secret to our entire survival as a species.
Now, there's a more formal name for this. It's called intergenerational investment. And the idea is actually pretty simple, but it is so powerful. Progress depends entirely on us paying it forward. It's this collective decision we make to build a world that we might never even get to see, all for the benefit of the people who come after us.
And this whole idea really rests on three main pillars. First up, you've got our biological legacy. And we're not just talking about DNA here. This is about the stories we tell, the language we speak, the skills we pass down. Then there's economic value. This is when a generation decides to invest in something huge, like building cathedrals or funding space exploration, knowing the real payoff is way down the road. And finally, the most important one, I think, the cycle of sacrifice. It's that simple, deeply human desire to leave the world just a little bit better than we found it.
Okay, but, and this is where it gets a little scary. This brings us to a really critical question. What happens if that chain breaks? I mean, what if we are the generation that just stops looking forward? And if you're sitting there thinking this is just some abstract philosophical idea, you're going to want to stick around. Because the consequences of breaking this chain, they are shockingly real. What would a world actually look like if we all just decided to live for today? Well, first, everything would just stop. Total stagnation. Innovation would completely die out. I mean, why would you bother inventing a new cure or exploring the stars if all you care about is what you can get right now? Society would just cease to evolve.
And right after stagnation, what do you get? Decay. A society that doesn't care about its future is one that's going to burn through its resources without a second thought. We'd tear through our environment, use up all our natural wealth, and basically leave nothing but dust for the next generation. And finally, the part that really hits home, the human cost of it all, despair. You see, hope isn't some fluffy luxury. It's the fuel in our tank. Without that core belief in a better tomorrow, we lose our purpose. A society without a vision for the future, well, that's a society that has lost its soul.
So, that's the big picture, right? But how does this grand idea really connect to our lives right now, today? Because this isn't just about ancient history. It's a massive challenge we are all facing as we speak. And this is a serious question for all of us. You know, when you're just struggling to pay the bills, to make ends meet, is it getting harder and harder to invest in a future that feels so far away? Are the very real pressures of today forcing us to steal from tomorrow?
This all leads us to the ultimate way to measure a society's true greatness. And it has nothing to do with money or military might. It's something much deeper. And it's captured perfectly in this one old proverb. I mean, that just nails it, doesn't it? This quote perfectly sums up the entire concept. True greatness isn't about what you gain for yourself. It's about contributing to a future that you know you won't even be a part of. It's about planting that tree, knowing you'll never feel its cool shade, but you do it anyway. For them. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. And it's not for governments or big corporations to answer. It's for you. In your own life, in your work, in your community, are you planting enough trees for the future? Are the things you're doing today creating the shade for generations to come?
Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it gave you something to chew on. For more deep dives just like this one, make sure you revisit us here at King's Academy.
So what do you think? Are we planting enough trees? I'd love to know your thoughts on this, so please let me know in the comments below. As always, I read every single one and I'll reply as soon as I can.